Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I've been away for a minute, and I thank you all for your prayers, the comments, the messages, and the calls, and just such an overwhelming support. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I'm back, and I've completed now 2 full years of being on YouTube. And I'll tell you what, it has been the most exciting journey. And I so look forward to what the Father has for this coming year, which is my 3rd year. And I thank Him for it. So during this time that I've been away, I have really been reflecting. I have really been seeking our Father about what direction to go in as I continue in this 3rd year. And for now, I'm going to take it back to the drawing board, because the name He gave me for this channel is Jaelhouseproductions. Jael comes out of the book of Judges, and it's the 4th chapter. And so the story goes, Deborah the prophetess and Barak were after a man named Sisera, and he was, I call him a bad guy. And he came against the people of Israel. So Deborah and Barak went after him. And I'm going to just kind of condense the story a little bit as much as I can. But at any rate, when they were after Sisera, he ran. And so he ran to a familiar place. He ran to a familiar people. He ran to a house where he thought he would be safe. And Jael was home. So he approaches her, and he comes on in her house, and he begins making his demands. You know, he says, give me some water, I'm thirsty, I'm tired. And she in turn brings him some warm milk. And he lays down. She takes a tent peg and a hammer and drives it through the temple of his head. And so when Barak finally catches up to where he is, she goes and greets him and says, the man you're looking for is dead. But at any rate, the point that I want to make, and the reason I believe really that I was drawn to this name Jael and this person Jael in this story, is because Jael was a discerner. And so sometimes, you know, when you have the gift of discerning of spirits, it can seem like perhaps a person is critical, judgmental, but that's not it at all. They just simply cut to the chase. You know, Jael was a discerner because, see, she didn't know that Barak and Deborah were after this gentleman. And so it had to be that she discerned that something wasn't right with him. And she's discerned that to the point that she literally killed him. Now, so in saying that I'm operating in a gift, I want to make it real clear that it is not my intention to be judgmental or critical, but it might appear that way. You know, because it's the kind of thing where, let's go back to the story itself. The story starts off with Deborah and Barak doesn't want to go by himself to go chase Sisera. And so he asked Deborah to come with him. Deborah was also a prophetess, and so she was operating in her gift. So Deborah prophesied. She said, all right, Barak, I'm going to go with you, but let me let you know The battle is not going to be given into your hands. It's going to be given into the hands of a woman. See, she was operating in her gift. She was letting him know this is how it's going to go down. And so when people are operating in their gift, they're just doing that. They're just operating in their gift. I'm sure she didn't have any other intention behind what she said to him, or any other motive, rather. You know, she wasn't trying to say to him, you know, you a punk because you don't want to go by yourself. No. She was just simply operating in her gift. And she said, let me just tell you what's going to happen. Let me tell you how it's going to go down. And so it was very, very intriguing to me when I read this story about Jael, because of her operation in her gift. And the same is true today, especially with that gift, the gift of discerning of spirits. You'll hear about the prophet, you'll hear about the prophetess, you'll hear about these other gifts, the gifts of miracles and the word of knowledge. All of these other gifts, you know, you will hear quite a bit about. Gift of discerning of spirits, you don't hear too much about. And see, Jael was at her house, minding her business. He rolled up on her. Okay? So I believe it is almost, I believe, a gift that is not really sought after or even welcomed, you know. And I can say personally that I feel sometimes, you know, am I being too critical? Am I being too judgmental? And I have really had to come to the terms with the fact you're operating in a gift. And so that simply means that there's nothing more, nothing less. I'm just operating in a gift. It doesn't mean that I don't love people. It doesn't mean that I don't care about people. It doesn't mean that I don't want people to be delivered, or it doesn't mean any of that. It just means I'm operating in a gift. I see what I see. I tell it like I see it. I cut to the chase. That's it. That's all. And so I just want to share that with you, because going back to the drawing board of who Jael is in the Bible, and how I took that name, and I mentioned in my in the information about me when I first put my channel up that it was ironic as well that I had worked in a jail for many years. And so I guess that's another reason that name kind of, I was drawn to it. But really coming to terms really with my gift. And I really see how our Father is bringing things together for me, even in my own personal life. So I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you stay tuned. I believe that that there's so much more to come here at Jaelhouseproductions. And I thank you for your love, for your support, and be blessed.